I'm joined by Michael O'Hara, one of the newest Oakland Ballers. And Michael, I got excited when you signed because I saw you grew up in the same town I grew up in Danville. You went to the same high school I went to. And this is crazy. You're not going to believe this, but between the two of us, 3-time WCC All-American first team, 2-time All-East Bay in high school, back-to-back Babe Ruth World Series winner, Babe Ruth World Series MVP, and batting champ. Between the two of us, that was all you. I didn't do any of that, but, it's crazy how much we have in common.
Oh, man, you went deep there. That's the Babe Ruth stuff's awesome, man. It's a good callback.
You had so many accolades, I had to, write them down on this notepad.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I can tell you that much. I mean, yeah, baseball's always just been go out and have as much fun as you can and see what happens. And it's treated me pretty well so far. So just keeping a good thing going.
I didn't do any of that cool stuff you did, but if you go on the Wikipedia page for San Ramon Valley High, I'm listed as one of the notable graduates. So
let's go.
I got that.
Take that, man.
I don't even know why, but I'm on there somehow. Let's talk a little bit about baseball, though, in your journey. And I knew you grew up an Oakland sports fan. I know you grew up at the Coliseum. We can get into that. But, to graduate, to get to the point where you're being signed by a team, when Oakland comes knocking, that's got to feel really special, even if it may have not been the team you grew up watching.
No, absolutely. I mean, it still feels like a dream, or just not really real yet. Obviously, I got a opportunity to play at the stadium last year with the Hawks, and I had honestly an amazing experience up there, world-class organization. But I just, being at home is just a different thing. I remember coming down and kind of telling everybody that I knew that we would be in town, and got to stay at home a little bit during that series. And I remember driving into the stadium one day and just being like, dang, man, I could really see this being a thing. And, for one reason or another, it just worked out. And I couldn't be more grateful, to be able to represent this city and, play for the people that I grew up rooting side by side with, and bring a little bit of that joy and that fire back to Oakland. I know what it means, I know what sports in general, and especially baseball, mean to the city, and how bad people need it right now and want something to rally around. And just to be able to be in the middle of that is totally a dream come true. And to be able to do it with my family and all my friends and people that I grew up playing with and against, it's just it's unreal.
I heard you're going to be at Fans Fest on March 1st. And I mean, to be able to be in front of the people, how excited are you to just kind of, as a member of the Oakland Ballers and as a member of the community? I know you went to Santa Clara and all that too, but to be in front of the fans in this way for the first time, how exciting do you think that's going to be?
I can't wait. I honestly, I can't really imagine it because I've never done anything like that to the extent that it will be. And it's just, I always think about these things in perspective of a fan, being a fan. I'd be at this probably if I wasn't playing, and just to know that I'll be up there and with some teammates that I'll get to meet, and just to be able to soak that all in is going to be just unbelievable. I really can't wait. And that's the biggest thing for me is just the connections, the people that I meet, the fans. I could feel in that 1 week I was here last year that they care so much, and they genuinely invest in the players and want them to know that they're supported. And it's just going to be really cool to be on the receiving end of that and get to meet as many people as possible.
Yeah, I mean, when you hear that "Let's Go Oakland" chant, it really hits differently for some of us. And, they don't chant "Let's Go A's," right? It was always "Let's Go Oakland." And that kind of carried over to the Ballers, and it carries over at Fans Fest, because it really is, it's a sports fan community we have here. And I feel if you and I were on BART together and we bumped into each other and I was wearing a Ballers hat or something, I feel we'd just be instant friends, because we know the trials and tribulations. We know what we've been through. So there's always so much we can talk about and just an instant connection, right?
Absolutely. Well, that's the thing about Oakland fans, it's especially A's fans, you're not in it for anything other than pride. And that's your team, it's your city. It's I call it what it is. It's what it was. I mean, my entire life, Coliseum was never a place that another team wanted to come. It was never a place that was going to host an all-star game, but it was everything. The Coliseum was a part of me, and being in the parking lot and going with my dad and my brother, and just being surrounded by that community. Like, I've been to a ton of stadiums, major league, minor league, college, whatever, and just that sense of like oneness with each other that you feel in the stadium, that everyone's there genuinely because they care about the team and pulling for them. Is just, it really is a unique thing to Oakland, I feel like. And like I said, just to be able to bring some of that back to Oakland is it's a dream come true, really.
I love that you said that because, just like you, I grew up going to the Coliseum, and, my dad used to take me all the time. My great grandpa took me to my first game when I was a baby. And, but what I realized like later is that what it was that made it special, and this is why I love the Ballers so much, it was always like the people you experienced it with. And I think that's what's so special about what's happening at Raimondi Park is we have that still. Like, we can still experience these moments with each other. And I'm just so excited to like see you on the field for these moments. I think it's going to be so cool. Like, and this is like, not to get too distracted here, but like, how many family members do you think are going to be coming out for your games? And also, like, side note, your family is like insanely athletic. We can get into that as a subplot in a second.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. I'm going to know somebody in the stands every day for sure. Whether my mom and dad will be at every game. They've probably missed like 10 games ever. Obviously going to Santa Clara was big for that. They could come down, and they're a huge reason why I am who I am and I am where I am. And to be able to do this with them and in front of them is just like everything. But it's them. It's my girlfriend and her whole family live in Danville. They'll be out at games. A bunch of people that I grew up playing with and against, like I said, old coaches. Like, the amount of people I've had reach out and just so fired up for me, and to kind of bring them into this new Ballers era, this fandom, is like, I feel kind of like a catalyst in a way of bringing these people to something that they would have loved regardless of my involvement. But now that I'm here, they're going to be there in support of it and see how special what is going on at Raimondi is. Like, when I played here last year, the Let's Go Oakland, the 68s banging the drums, like, I got the chills, dude. I was sitting there in the outfield, like, looking around like, oh my God, I feel like I'm playing in the Coliseum right now, minus the giant concrete structures. But like, everything else, the sounds, the chants, the overall vibe was just like, they're doing it here. Like, this is it. This is what the people want, and they've really harnessed what Oakland baseball really means in this like super intimate environment that is just totally special. Got the bees painted on the buildings on the side. Like, the whole thing is just amazing, and I know it's only going to get better. They're only investing more, and more people are excited. It's crazy. It really is.
Yeah, I'm glad you're on our side now. I mean, it's funny because you're talking and I'm like nodding so much because I'm agreeing with everything you're saying so like emphatically. Let's get back to the thing I said about your family. So your dad played football at Santa Clara. They don't even have a football team anymore. Kind of like I went to SF State and they don't have a football team anymore. Your aunt is in the Cal Athletics Hall of Fame for, like, that's incredible. Track and field.
Yeah, she's a beast. My Aunt Kirsten was like kind of the first introduction I got to like legit like really high level athletics. My dad will probably bash me for saying that, but my dad's a beast too. But I mean, being in the Cal Athletics Hall of Fame is like that. It's something else. I mean, she held like 3 records there from her time. She still runs competitively, and she's just a world-class athlete, and is also highly involved in baseball still. She runs her company runs the area code games down in SoCal every year, and so that was something that I got to experience growing up and seeing the inner workings of like higher level baseball. So yeah, she's definitely awesome. But I mean, yeah, the list doesn't stop there. I was blessed with a family that revered sports, and it was always a part of life kind of growing up. So just being able to fall into it was a good deal.
Yeah, your athletic background is incredible. I mean, those were just the 2 I remembered, but there's way more. The other thing, I did my research on you, and it said on Wikipedia that you're a Jamaican sprinter specializing in hurdles. Did you realize that?
If I had $1 for every time that I tried to look up, like maybe a clip from a tournament or like a stat, and I just got this dude from Jamaica running track. I'm like, damn, there's a more famous Michael O'Hara out there. I guess that's is what it is. But not that it's been a driving goal, but like the more I've played in college and getting to look up my name and stuff that with my face on it shows up, I'm like, dude, this is sweet. Like, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, I think when I Googled it, like he came up, but I think you came up right next to him. So you're inching your way up the like algorithm, I guess, which is great. It's kind of like how if you like Google me, like I'll show up as like probably 5 jobs ago in like the San Ramon High like Hall of Fame or some weird thing like that. So you just can't believe everything you read on the internet.
No, I'm definitely trying to harness his legs a little bit though. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. This is something else I found that I thought was really interesting. I saw some posts you made promoting the Special Olympics, and I was just wondering what drove you to that cause, and what did you do to help promote the charity in the events? Because it's a really cool event, like obviously.
Oh, dude. It's the best. It was actually an opportunity I got through Santa Clara in my last year there because they were hosting the event that year. And yeah, it was just like basically making a bunch of posts to promote not only the Special Olympics, but there's a bunch of lead up events, a bunch of fundraising, a bunch of, like dinners there's like a bocce ball dinner. There's like a polar plunge. There's all these different things around the bay that they were doing to promote it, and all throughout California and even the country. I mean, each state has its own Special Olympics organization, but yeah, just getting to be a part of that and see it firsthand, like the actual event itself was just like unbelievable. I remember sitting in the stands and just kind of taking it all in, and the amount of support, and there's giant balloon arches, and there's performers doing crazy stuff, and the athletes themselves are just so inspiring, like just to see the pure joy that can come out of sport, and having that sense of community and just people to do it with is just, it was definitely something I'll never forget. And something I care deeply about. Even going back to Little League, I was in the Challenger program and working with kids then, and it's just always something that genuinely brings me so much joy to just be a part of their lives and see how happy and excited that they get to just come out and spend some time playing ball or whatever the game is. It really is a special organization, and I was very proud to represent it.
And you mentioned going back to Little League too. I mean, do you have a favorite baseball memory? I know you're still I'd still consider you like reasonably early into your journey, and hopefully you continue with this for a long time. But is there something that really stands out to you as your most special baseball memory?
I mean, I kind of separate like childhood baseball memories with kind of more current. I think the most special memory I have is winning the WCC tournament with Santa Clara in 2023. That was the culmination of 4 years of extremely hard work, not only physically but mentally, and building a culture there. Our head coach Rusty Filter, who was just like an instrumental part of my life and kind of making me and my teammates into men and understanding what life's really about. I owe him and that whole coaching staff a lot, and just my time at Santa Clara a lot. And that's definitely my most proud moment on a baseball field is not just winning it, but knowing everything that went into it, all the people that had a part in it, people that weren't even at the school anymore that were helping us when we were freshmen, sophomore, getting us to where we were. Is just like this giant deep breath and kind of monkey off the back of like, oh my God, like we there's something tangible to point to say all of this hard work, all this sacrifice was really worth it, and we built something special here. So that's probably where I hang my hat the highest. But I could talk forever. I've had a beautiful baseball life and full of amazing memories and people that I don't want to shortchange. But if I had to give one answer, that'd be it.
That's awesome. And one of your new teammates, Christian Almanza, I believe he went to St. Mary's. Was he on the team you beat?
Sure did. He was.
Did you get to know him at all?
No, I just got to go like this a few too many times. That's no diss to any of the pitchers that are my teammates. Like, they know that guy's he's special. That guy is like one of the best, not only bat to ball, but obviously the power is just like, dude, what are we doing here? He torched us more than a couple times. So I'm glad that he is on our side now, and I can watch him from up close and learn from him. And yeah, we had a number of battles, so it's relieving that now we are together.
So, I mean, some of the guys that I've seen being signed this offseason for this team are remarkable. I'm crazy excited for this. And do you know anybody on the team already? I know you played against them, but is there anybody that you're familiar with or friends with?
Yeah, I'm actually not anybody that I knew from long ago, but I'm actually down in Arizona right now training at a facility, and I got to meet Dylan Tatum, who's going to be a catcher for us this year. He works out there, and just an all-time dude. Really like that guy already, and it just seems like they're focused on getting the right people, not only the right athletes and the right players, but like the right people. And I mean, it's a small sample size, but I know I've met a couple of the guys. Tyler Lozano, I know he actually came on a visit to Santa Clara like 3 or 4 years ago. I took him around, and yeah, so he's another one of those guys that I just can't wait to spend more time with and become closer friends with, because like the baseball friendships and connections that you make are stronger than any other. And I only know a couple guys, but if that's any indication, it's going to be a heck of a time getting to hang out with those guys and really build some strong connections.
Yeah, I mean, we'll wrap it up here in a sec, but one of the coolest things I get to do is like VP of communications. I get to actually make the social media posts. Like when I post them,
yeah.
I see the incredible support in the comments, especially on Instagram. It's always like Lozano or Reed Buds or all these people are jumping in and congratulating and liking. And it's just like so cool to see the culture that builds right away with you guys. Like even for new players, there's a definite camaraderie. And I know that it's going to be a really, really fun season. And we're going to do this a lot. I can already tell this is the first time we're messing around, but we'll definitely be talking a lot. And I will be on stage with you at Fans Fest as one of the MCs. It's you, and then after that, Jose Canseco. So no big deal.
Perfect. At least I'm not after him. That's I'll take the gentle lead up to him, not the following act.
I know. I'm a lot older than you. I graduated in 2000, but when I grew up, that dude was like all-time favorite baseball player. So it's going to trip me out to be on stage with him like in a couple weeks. I'm pretty fired up about that.
Absolute legend, man. That's the thing, man. Like I keep saying, the town is special. Like people gravitate toward it. They keep coming back. I mean, look no further than Canseco, man. Like coming back, and Miggy or someone is Miggy.
Yeah, Miguel Tejada is going to be there. Yep, AL MVP.
I can't even like I still have a 2004 MVP Miggy bobblehead and making a little backhand play like that in our house. My brother would be freaking out. So yeah, this is it, dude. Like this is the whole thing about coming back to Oakland. It's just like all these memories and emotions are swirling, and it's like I'm right in the middle of it now. It's incredible. I just can't.
I'll make sure you get a picture with Miguel Tejada. I promise. It'll be my only mission on Fans Fest. I'll make sure you guys get to take a selfie or something.
Fantastic. Maybe compare forearms too.
Yeah. Just don't do that with Jose. You don't want to try that with Jose. All right, man. Season's coming up. May 20th is opening day. Obviously, there's going to be Fans Fest, spring training, all kinds of stuff. So people will be getting to know you, and I'm sure you'll love to get to know those people right back because you were one of the people in the crowd.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. If any fans are listening, like, dude, treat me like one of your own. Anytime you got a question, whatever, a question, picture, something you want to say, like, please, this is why you play the game. And yeah, I want to be in the mix as much as possible. So never feel like you're bothering or whatever. It's why I'm here. And yeah, I just can't wait.
Awesome. All right. Famous Jamaican sprinter and hurdler, Michael O'Hara, everybody. Just kidding. We won't juice the algorithm anymore. It's all good. You're gonna have your own page.